In today's video, this locomotive. Unfortunately, I'm just passing through here. Vienna is not on the list to stay in either today or this trip. In 2 hours time, the night jet train to Amsterdam leaves. That was just half an hour and I made it to Central train station. Let's see if they can change my ticket to the ticket office. Print my ticket. I have it in PDF, it only said I need printed version A4, blah blah blah. Well, let's see. Oh, nice and warm here. I have access to the lounge if I'm not mistaken. That one. This is the line. Change masks. Utter chaos here. Train leaves in 1 hour and 10 minutes. Let's see if I can print my ticket. Just needed this printed. Little nuance on that enormous queue right over there. Most of them are Ukrainian refugees that are trying to get tickets to somewhere else in Europe after arriving here the last few days. So normally this is not a queue which is that long, but now it is, so I understand. I just have 1 hour left to get my train, which is a first world problem, of course. Also the lounge is closed because the refugees there, there are refugees there who are having a nap or waiting for their train connection. Fully understandable. I don't know normally what I should get there, but that's okay. I'm going to get something to eat and then head for the platform, I guess. My train leaves in half an hour from platform 8. So let's head up there, probably a full train. Maybe it already pulled up so I can board. Look at the...
Yeah.
This is not my train. Nice train though. Well before departure time, passengers could already board the train at their convenience. This is a big win over any plane, obviously. No need to rush, push the passenger in front of you with your carry-on, or being pushed by the passenger behind you with their carry-on. Let's hop on board as well and find our place for the coming 14 hours and 1 minute. As that's exactly how long this trip is supposed to take. A comfortable overnight trip with time to spare to wake up and enjoy the scenery of Western Europe. At least, that's the plan. With about 20 minutes spare before departure, I settled down and had a chat with my roommates from Germany, Austria and the Netherlands before we departed. We also unanimously decided that wearing masks was not a thing for us, against regulations that required us to wear a mask throughout this trip.
It's really short.
Yeah. Doesn't fit.
Like
I'm only 180, but it's...
No, this is not. This is less. It's 175.
Yeah.
I thought it used to be longer.
This thing shouldn't be here. The limited space in this cabin for four is mainly noticed in the very short beds, especially for European standards, where people are among the tallest in the world. It's just not enough for a regular passenger to stretch out here without bumping your head or hit the other wall with your feet. On top of that, the mattress wasn't really a mattress but a piece of very dense foam that was far from comfortable. The linen provided was Spartan as well. Late last night we had a passport control at the Austrian-German border. Took quite some time. They checked all of us. And I don't expect the same to happen to enter the Netherlands. Because, well, they're all European Union, but they still have the right to check. The Germans only do it apparently because of the huge influx of refugees from Ukraine currently. It's early in the morning, just around 7. We are waiting at Cologne main station, Köln. Next to us is a Dutch locomotive. The train has come to a complete stop. I'm only talking here because people are still sleeping. That was a single locomotive. How do I know I'm in Cologne? I just passed the station, but to prove it, there is the Telekom Tower. So we're changing locomotives here. The Dutch locomotive takes it from here. A short look in one of the regular washrooms in our carriage shows it's just that, regular. The tap can be used by a push button on the floor. This is not COVID-19 related, it was designed to work like this. There is an American style gap between the door and the wall, just enough to peek inside if you're curious enough. Since this is not a shower, you should not be naked in here, unless you want to change clothes, I guess. Actual space to change clothes here is also very limited. Better use the bathroom. That's occupied throughout the morning. On to the breakfast, the only meal served on this 14-hour trip. Once again, Spartan will probably accurately describe what you see here. One piece of hard bread, cold and thus non-spreadable butter, a little jar of jam, and a cheap coffee straight out of a badly serviced coffee machine as you know it from your local rest area. Even with the cheapest tickets costing 89 euros for a single trip, I paid 139, I would say this is just pathetic. Ease of booking. Booking the train ticket through the website of ÖBB is straightforward enough. But the emphasized need to have the ticket printed on A4 format is inconvenient for travelers, let alone if the document isn't really required. 4 stars. Level of comfort. The bed was hard, pillow and linen Spartan at most. Breakfast, the only meal on a 14-hour journey, was just crap to be honest. 1 star. Time traveled. Traveling by train is slower than a plane of course. Track works in Germany caused a slight delay. This was not announced, while track works were ongoing for weeks. 4 stars. Food options. Non-existent. The Spartan breakfast served was not enough. Half a star. Price comparison. I could have taken a flight for less than the price of this ticket, making me arrive earlier with money to spare to have an airport meal. 2 stars. Total rating is 11.5 out of 25 stars. I will probably not travel on the night jet anytime soon, and not before major improvements are made in services offered to its passengers. After that epic failure of a breakfast, I arrived in Amsterdam still hungry. since the snacks I brought for the midnight snack weren't enough to get me through the end of the trip, even though I had a decent meal before departure in Vienna.
Eindhoven Centraal en Maastricht van 10
Made it to Amsterdam Centraal.
Dit is een bericht voor reizigers tussen Amsterdam en Rotterdam via de Hoge Snelheidslijn.
This is where this trip ends, and I'll see you soon when I take my flight to London.